The upcoming 2024 presidential election presents a plethora of contenders vying for the highest office in the United States. However, the political arena remains significantly shaped by the enduring shadows cast by the key protagonists of the 2020 election, President Joe Biden and former President Donald J. Trump. Within this competitive landscape, Donald Trump emerges as a formidable force, consistently leading in polls. This dominance is attributed in part to the fragmented nature of the candidate field, complicating the process for voters to coalesce around a singular alternative. Additionally, Trump's enduring influence over the Republican Party's base continues to be a defining factor in his sustained popularity. On the Democratic front, President Biden holds a commanding position, wielding influence over the party's trajectory. The field of Democratic contenders faces the formidable challenge of navigating the dynamics within the party, as Biden's dominance complicates the emergence of a clear frontrunner. The intricate interplay of factors such as political fragmentation, party dynamics, and the enduring popularity of Biden and Trump collectively shape the narrative of the 2024 election. As candidates strive to distinguish themselves in this crowded field, the race promises to be a nuanced and closely watched contest, with the shadows of the previous electoral showdowns looming large over the unfolding political landscape. Joe Biden. In positioning himself for re-election, President Joe Biden has strategically positioned his candidacy as a steadfast guardian of democracy and a stabilizing force following the tumultuous era of the Trump administration. His campaign narrative emphasizes a multifaceted approach, showcasing his bipartisan accomplishments and unwavering commitment to democratic priorities. A central pillar of President Biden's re-election strategy revolves around highlighting his track record of bipartisan successes, notably the passage of a significant infrastructure bill. The emphasis on bipartisanship serves as a key aspect of his image, portraying him as a leader capable of bridging political divides and fostering cooperation in a polarized political landscape. Additionally, President Biden aims to leverage his support for key Democratic priorities, such as abortion rights, as a rallying point for his party. These stances, while garnering Democratic support, also serve to distinguish him from the Republican opposition, creating a stark contrast in policy positions. A notable aspect of President Biden's re-election bid is the historical context surrounding his candidacy. At the helm as the oldest person ever to hold the presidency, concerns have been raised within the Democratic Party regarding his age. Despite these concerns, the party has publicly set aside apprehensions and rallied around Biden, showcasing a united front in support of his candidacy. As the campaign unfolds, President Biden's strategy is likely to evolve, encompassing a nuanced narrative that underscores his commitment to democratic values, showcases tangible bipartisan achievements, and aligns with the core priorities of the Democratic Party. The unique dynamics surrounding his candidacy, including age-related concerns, will undoubtedly factor into the broader discourse, shaping the narrative of the 2024 presidential election. Marianne Williamson. Renowned self-help author and former spiritual advisor to Oprah Winfrey, Marianne Williamson, has embarked on a second presidential campaign, building upon her previous bid in 2020. While her earlier endeavor proved unsuccessful, Williamson brings forth a distinctive platform marked by unconventional policy proposals and controversial perspectives. During her 2020 campaign, Williamson garnered attention for advocating the establishment of a federal Department of Peace, a proposal designed to address societal conflicts and promote diplomacy. Additionally, she voiced support for reparations for slavery, a stance that aligns with ongoing discussions about racial equity and historical injustice. Notably, Williamson characterized Trumpism as a symptom of a deeper malaise in the American psyche, suggesting that addressing this underlying issue required more than conventional political policies. Beyond her policy proposals, Marianne Williamson has courted controversy by endorsing and promoting medical theories that have been widely criticized and debunked, particularly in the realm of mental illness. These unorthodox positions have sparked debates and raised questions about the intersection of political discourse and the responsible dissemination of information. As she re-enters the political arena for the 2024 election, Marianne Williamson's candidacy presents a unique blend of policy innovation and controversial perspectives. Her advocacy for a federal Department of Peace and Reparations reflects a commitment to addressing societal issues at their roots, while her unconventional views on mental health introduce an element of controversy into the political landscape. As the campaign progresses, the reception of Williamson's ideas and the broader impact of her candidacy on the national dialogue will be closely monitored, adding a distinctive dimension to the evolving narrative of the 2024 presidential race. Dean Phillips. Dean Phillips, a moderate Democrat elected to the House in 2018, is positioning himself as a potential alternative in the 2024 presidential race. Despite a few major policy disagreements with President Biden and consistent support for his agenda in Congress, Phillips argues that the president's advancing age and relatively low approval ratings necessitate the party's consideration of alternative candidates. Hailing from Minnesota, Phillips brings a unique background as an heir to a prominent liquor business and a former chairman of the Talenti Gelato Company. His business acumen and corporate experience add a distinctive dimension to his political profile, underscoring a diverse skill set that extends beyond the realm of traditional politics. Phillips' departure from a position in Democratic House leadership signals a significant step in his political trajectory. His decision to explore a presidential run, against the preferences of many party officials, underscores a willingness to challenge the status quo within Democratic ranks. This bold move positions Phillips as a candidate who is not only aligned with the party's moderate wing but also willing to independently pursue a national leadership role. While Phillips acknowledges his general alignment with President Biden on key policy issues, his concerns about Biden's age and approval ratings indicate a nuanced perspective on the future trajectory of the Democratic Party. As the 2024 election cycle unfolds, Phillips' candidacy promises to inject fresh perspectives into the national conversation, navigating the delicate balance between party unity and the need for new leadership dynamics. The interplay between Phillips' corporate background, moderate policy positions, and his divergence from party leadership dynamics will be closely scrutinized as he navigates the complex landscape of presidential politics. Donald Trump. Former President Donald J. Trump has officially announced his candidacy for the 2024 presidential election, signaling his intent to reclaim the office he lost in 2020, a contest that culminated in a controversial aftermath marked by Trump's persistent denial of defeat, ultimately inciting a mob to attack the United States Capitol. Despite a perceived diminishment in influence within the Republican Party and ongoing legal investigations by state authorities and the Justice Department, Trump remains a formidable and polarizing figure with a vast and unwavering base of supporters. The dynamics of his influence within the party and the broader political landscape set the stage for a complex and closely watched presidential bid. Trump's ability to maintain a committed base of supporters, characterized by their fervent loyalty, introduces a unique factor into the 2024 political landscape. The enduring strength of this base positions Trump as a potent force in the Republican primary, where the presence of multiple challengers could potentially fragment the anti-Trump vote, giving him a strategic advantage. The legal challenges faced by Trump contribute to the complexity of his candidacy. Ongoing investigations by both state authorities and the Justice Department present a legal backdrop that could influence public perception and shape the narrative of the 2024 election. The outcome of these investigations may have far-reaching consequences for Trump's candidacy and the broader dynamics of the presidential race. As Trump navigates the complexities of his 2024 bid, the interplay between his political influence, legal challenges, and the dynamics of a potentially crowded primary field will be central to the unfolding narrative. The coming months promise a comprehensive exploration of Trump's role in shaping the future direction of the Republican Party and the broader political landscape. Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley, the former governor of South Carolina and United Nations ambassador under the Trump administration, has positioned herself as a key figure in the 2024 presidential race, portraying her candidacy as representative of a new generation of leadership. Emphasizing her life experience as the daughter of Indian immigrants, Haley seeks to bring a unique perspective to the political arena. Having long been regarded as a rising star within the Republican Party, Haley's political journey has been characterized by her ability to navigate party dynamics while avoiding some of the more extreme positions. Notably, in 2015, she called for the removal of the Confederate battle flag from the grounds of the South Carolina Capitol, a move that showcased her willingness to address divisive issues while maintaining support from the party's base. However, Haley's standing within the Republican Party has experienced fluctuations, primarily tied to her nuanced relationship with former President Donald Trump. While initially enjoying support from Trump during her tenure in his administration, Haley's on-again, off-again embrace of Trump has led to a decline in her allure within the party. The complex dynamics of aligning with or distancing herself from the former president have played a pivotal role in shaping the perception of Haley's candidacy. As Haley positions herself as a leader of a new era, her ability to balance the values of the Republican Party with a broader appeal to diverse demographics will be closely scrutinized. The 2024 presidential race presents a unique opportunity for Haley to define her political identity, navigate the challenges posed by her association with Trump, and present a vision that resonates with both traditional Republican constituencies and a changing electorate. The evolving narrative surrounding Haley's candidacy promises to be a dynamic and closely watched aspect of the upcoming election cycle. Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy, a prominent multi-millionaire entrepreneur and author, is venturing into the political arena with a self-proclaimed anti-woke stance, carving out a niche within right-wing circles. Ramaswamy has garnered attention for his vocal opposition to corporate endeavors aimed at advancing political, social, and environmental causes, marking him as a distinctive figure within conservative circles. Despite his noteworthy status within right-wing spheres, Ramaswamy faces the challenge of not having held elected office before, a departure from the traditional political trajectory of many candidates. This lack of political experience, while potentially viewed as a fresh perspective by some, presents an intriguing dynamic in the context of his pursuit of higher office. In positioning himself as anti-woke, Ramaswamy aligns with a broader movement critical of progressive ideologies, social justice initiatives, and perceived corporate overreach in the political landscape. This stance distinguishes him from traditional political figures, offering a unique perspective that resonates with a segment of the conservative base. However, one notable aspect of Ramaswamy's candidacy is his relatively lower name recognition compared to other candidates entering or likely to enter the race. While known within specific conservative circles, his challenge lies in expanding his appeal beyond this niche audience and establishing himself as a viable candidate on a broader scale. As Ramaswamy navigates the complexities of electoral politics, his unconventional journey from entrepreneur to political contender adds an intriguing layer to the unfolding narrative of the 2024 election. The intersection of his anti-woke advocacy, business background, and the challenges posed by his lack of elected office experience will be closely monitored as he seeks to carve out a unique space within the competitive landscape of the upcoming presidential race. Asa Hutchinson. Asa Hutchinson, a seasoned political figure with a notable two-term tenure as the governor of Arkansas, officially enters the 2024 presidential race, distinguishing himself as one of the relatively few Republicans openly critical of former President Donald J. Trump. Hutchinson's candidacy is marked by his unwavering stance against Trump's post-2020 election activities, denouncing efforts to overturn the results and advocating for Trump's withdrawal from the presidential race. Beyond his gubernatorial achievements, Hutchinson brings a wealth of federal government experience to his presidential bid. His distinguished career includes service in the House of Representatives, leadership roles in the Drug Enforcement Administration, and a pivotal position as the head of the Department of Homeland Security's Border and Transportation Security Directorate. This extensive federal background positions Hutchinson as a candidate with a nuanced understanding of national security, law enforcement, and border management, an asset that he aims to leverage in his pursuit of the highest office. Hutchinson's open criticism of Trump, particularly regarding the 2020 election, underscores a commitment to principles and democratic norms, setting him apart within the Republican Party. His willingness to challenge the prevailing sentiments within the party showcases a dedication to maintaining the integrity of the electoral process, a stance that may resonate with voters seeking a departure from recent political tumult. As Hutchinson embarks on his presidential campaign, the interplay between his gubernatorial achievements, federal experience, and his vocal opposition to Trump's post-election actions will be central to his narrative. The broader implications of his candidacy within the Republican Party, as well as his potential appeal to a diverse electorate, will be closely watched in the unfolding landscape of the 2024 presidential race. Ryan Binkley. Ryan Binkley, serving as the president of a mergers and acquisitions firm and concurrently holding a pastoral role in a Texas church, emerges as a unique entrant in the 2024 presidential race. Notably, Binkley's lack of prior elected office experience adds a distinctive dimension to his candidacy, positioning him as a fresh face in the political arena. Promoting himself as a unifying candidate, Binkley seeks to transcend partisan divisions, presenting a vision grounded in values of faith, unity, and trust. His campaign messaging underscores a commitment to addressing national challenges by appealing to a shared sense of goodwill and emphasizing the importance of trust among fellow Americans. Binkley's website encapsulates this ethos, stating, "The problems we face, and the blame we lay, can all be rectified if we look to God, find the good in our fellow Americans, and resolve to trust each other one more time." Central to Binkley's platform are key policy proposals aimed at addressing critical issues facing the nation. Immigration reform stands as a focal point, reflecting his commitment to finding comprehensive and equitable solutions to a complex and divisive issue. Additionally, Binkley emphasizes the importance of fiscal responsibility by advocating for a balanced federal budget within a 7-year timeframe, a commitment that aligns with broader economic and governance priorities. As Binkley navigates the transition from the corporate world and pastoral duties to the political stage, his unorthodox background adds a layer of intrigue to his candidacy. The intersection of his professional expertise, religious leadership, and policy proposals will be closely scrutinized as he seeks to establish himself as a credible contender in the 2024 presidential race. Binkley's ability to resonate with a diverse electorate, anchored in his unifying vision, will likely shape the trajectory of his campaign and contribute to the broader discourse surrounding faith, governance, and unity in American politics. Governor Ron DeSantis. Governor Ron DeSantis has become a prominent figure on the national stage, earning a reputation as a combative conservative known for his confrontations with liberals. As the leader of Florida, DeSantis has navigated a range of policy issues, sparking both acclaim and criticism for his approach to governance. One notable aspect of DeSantis's tenure as governor has been his response to the coronavirus pandemic. Adopting à laisser-faire approche, he has taken measures aimed at balancing public health concerns with economic considerations. This strategy has elicited both support and opposition, contributing to a broader national conversation about pandemic management. In the realm of education, DeSantis has played a pivotal role in limiting the teaching of racial history in Florida schools. Working in conjunction with the state legislature, he has enacted policies that have sparked debates about the representation of historical events and marginalized perspectives in the classroom. DeSantis's impact on the LGBTQ+ community in Florida has also been a subject of controversy. The governor, along with the state legislature, has implemented substantial restrictions affecting LGBTQ+ Floridians. These measures have drawn criticism for their perceived infringement on civil rights and have intensified discussions about inclusivity and equality. Governor DeSantis's use of executive power has been a defining characteristic of his leadership style. Employing this authority against political opponents, including a local Democratic prosecutor and even corporations like Disney, has stirred debate about the limits of executive action and the potential consequences for democratic institutions. As DeSantis continues to navigate the complex landscape of governance and ideology, his policies and leadership style will undoubtedly remain at the forefront of national discussions. The intersection of public health, education, civil rights, and executive power in Florida under his administration will shape both his legacy as governor and his standing in broader political circles. Governor Chris Christie. Governor Chris Christie's return to the presidential race marks a pivotal moment in his political career, characterized by both accolades and condemnations from his time as the governor of New Jersey. Christie garnered widespread praise for his adept management of the state's recovery efforts following Hurricane Sandy, yet faced significant controversy due to the infamous scandal surrounding the closing of lanes onto the George Washington Bridge. Having previously run for president in 2016, Christie now seeks a second opportunity to secure the nation's highest office. Despite a less-than-ideal outcome in his initial bid, his decision to re-enter the political arena underscores a persistent ambition to contribute to the national discourse. Christie's past association with Donald Trump adds a nuanced layer to his political narrative. While the governor worked closely with Trump, leading his presidential transition team in 2016 and assisting with debate preparation in 2020, he has since undergone a transformation, emerging as one of Trump's most forceful Republican critics. This shift in allegiance showcases Christie's ability to navigate the complex dynamics within the party and adapt to evolving political landscapes. The controversies surrounding the George Washington Bridge lane closures remain a defining aspect of Christie's legacy. As he embarks on his second presidential bid, these incidents are likely to resurface, prompting scrutiny and necessitating strategic communication on the part of the candidate. In evaluating Christie's candidacy, observers will closely monitor how he addresses both the successes and challenges from his tenure as New Jersey's governor. The interplay between his experiences managing Hurricane Sandy recovery, the bridge scandal, and his evolving relationship with Trump will shape the narrative of his second presidential campaign, providing voters with insights into his leadership style, adaptability, and vision for the future. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., scion of the iconic Kennedy family and a notable anti-vaccine activist, has taken a distinctive path in the 2024 presidential race. Originally seeking the Democratic nomination, Kennedy shifted gears in October, announcing his decision to run as an independent. His unconventional candidacy is marked by a contentious advocacy against childhood vaccines and pandemic mitigation measures. As the nephew of former President John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. carries a significant political legacy. However, his anti-vaccine activism has positioned him outside the mainstream, drawing attention for promoting debunked claims linking childhood vaccines to autism. This stance has also extended to his opposition against coronavirus vaccine mandates and other pandemic-related measures. Kennedy's controversial rhetoric reached a zenith when he drew an analogy to Nazi Germany in criticizing pandemic mitigation efforts, a statement for which he later issued an apology. This incident underscores the challenges posed by the intersection of historical comparisons and the complexities of public health debates within the context of his campaign. Once recognized as an environmental lawyer contributing to the cleanup of the Hudson River, Kennedy's pivot toward anti-vaccine activism has generated internal tensions within his tight-knit political family. The Kennedy legacy, rooted in progressive values, contrasts sharply with Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s positions on public health matters, creating a notable rupture within the family's political cohesion. As Kennedy navigates his independent bid for the presidency, his advocacy against vaccines and pandemic measures will likely be a central focus of public discourse. The complexities of his family legacy, the historical resonance of his statements, and the broader implications of his anti-vaccine activism will shape the narrative surrounding his candidacy in the evolving landscape of the 2024 presidential race. Dr. Cornel West. Dr. Cornel West, a distinguished professor of philosophy with a rich academic history at institutions such as Yale, Princeton, and Harvard, emerges as a multifaceted figure in the 2024 presidential landscape. Renowned for his progressive activism and unapologetic critique of former President Barack Obama, Drive West's political journey takes a distinctive turn as he embarks on an independent run for the presidency. With a current professorship at Union Theological Seminary, Dr. West brings a profound academic background to his political aspirations. His reputation as a philosopher-activist underscores a commitment to progressive values and an outspoken advocacy for social justice issues. Initially expressing an intention to run with the People's Party, a third party associated with a former campaign staff member for Senator Bernie Sanders, Drive West subsequently altered his course, opting to seek the Green Party's nomination. This strategic shift added another layer of complexity to his candidacy, reflecting a nuanced engagement with the diverse landscape of third-party politics. In a subsequent twist, Drive West once again adjusted his path, choosing to run as an independent candidate. This decision, characterized by flexibility and a desire to navigate the complexities of the political arena, positions Drive West as a unique contender with an independent vision for the presidency. The intricacies of Drive West's political journey, from academic institutions to progressive activism and a series of strategic party affiliations, contribute to a narrative that reflects the evolving dynamics of third-party politics in the United States. As he seeks to bring his progressive ideals to the forefront of the 2024 presidential race, Drive West's distinctive trajectory promises to be a focal point of discussion, encapsulating both the challenges and opportunities within the landscape of independent and third-party candidacies. Dr. Jill Stein. Dr. Jill Stein, a physician and two-time Green Party presidential candidate, has announced her intention to seek the party's nomination for a third time in the 2024 election. In a video outlining her campaign platform, Dr. Stein advocates for an economic bill of rights, encompassing guaranteed employment, healthcare, housing, food, and education. Her platform also underscores her commitment to combating climate change, protecting abortion rights, and championing transgender rights. A prominent figure in third-party politics, Dr. Stein's announcement signals a renewed effort to redefine progressive politics in the United States. Her vision for an economic bill of rights aligns with a comprehensive approach to social and economic justice, reflecting a commitment to addressing systemic inequalities. The emphasis on guaranteed rights to employment, healthcare, housing, food, and education positions Dr. Stein as a candidate seeking transformative change in the nation's social contract. In addition to her economic agenda, Dr. Stein places a strong focus on environmental issues, particularly the urgent need to combat climate change. This aligns with the Green Party's historic emphasis on sustainability and ecological responsibility. The 2016 election, where Dr. Stein drew approximately 1.4 million votes, remains a focal point in discussions about third-party impact on major party candidates. Some Democrats have attributed her candidacy to siphoning support from Hillary Clinton in critical states. Dr. Stein's decision to re-enter the political arena in 2024 is likely to reignite debates about the role of third-party candidates in the broader electoral landscape. As Dr. Stein seeks the Green Party nomination for the third time, the nuances of her platform and the potential impact on the political landscape will be closely monitored. Her candidacy presents an opportunity for voters to engage with a progressive vision that extends beyond the two-party system, challenging conventional notions of electoral politics in the United States. As the United States gears up for the pivotal 2024 presidential elections, the nation finds itself entangled in a web of uncertainties spanning economic challenges, social issues, and international crises. From unemployment and gun violence to the Texas abortion conundrum, draining the swamp in Florida, the legalization of medical marijuana, the ever-present issue of illegal immigration, and global conflicts in Ukraine and Israel, the road to the White House is paved with complex and interconnected challenges. Unemployment dilemma. The shadows of economic uncertainty loom large as the nation grapples with persistently high unemployment rates. The aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to cast a long shadow, making job creation a central issue for candidates vying for the presidency. Gun violence epidemic. The specter of gun violence remains a haunting concern, with communities across the country grappling with the aftermath of mass shootings and daily incidents. The 2024 elections are expected to be a battleground for advocates of stricter gun control measures and those championing the protection of Second Amendment rights. Mob-driven theft. Organized thefts orchestrated by mobs have emerged as a growing threat, putting a spotlight on law enforcement capabilities and the need for comprehensive strategies to combat such criminal activities. This issue is likely to be a key talking point for candidates seeking to address public safety concerns. Inflation challenges. Inflationary pressures have added to the economic woes of Americans, impacting the cost of living and creating financial strain for many households. The electorate is keenly focused on candidates' economic policies and their ability to navigate the nation through these turbulent economic times. Texas abortion conundrum facing Republicans. The highly divisive issue of abortion has taken center stage in Texas, with Republicans grappling with a legal landscape that significantly restricts access to abortion. The outcome of this debate is poised to influence not only state politics but also the broader national discourse surrounding reproductive rights. Draining the swamp in Florida. In Florida, the call to "drain the swamp" has become a rallying cry, as political leaders seek to address issues of corruption and bureaucracy. Voters are looking to candidates who can bring about meaningful reform and restore faith in the political process. Medical marijuana legalization. The ongoing debate surrounding the legalization of medical marijuana continues to gain momentum, with an increasing number of states embracing reform. This issue has both medical and social implications, making it a key consideration for voters concerned about healthcare and individual liberties. Illegal immigration. The perennial issue of illegal immigration remains a flashpoint, with border security and humanitarian concerns at the forefront. Candidates must navigate the delicate balance between safeguarding national security and upholding the principles of compassion and inclusivity. International conflicts in Ukraine and Israel. On the global stage, the United States faces the daunting task of managing conflicts in Ukraine and Israel. The next administration will be tasked with navigating the complexities of international relations and contributing to peaceful resolutions in regions marred by turmoil. As the 2024 presidential elections draw near, America stands at a crossroads, facing a multifaceted array of challenges that demand visionary leadership and pragmatic solutions. From the economic fallout of the pandemic to social issues, state-specific debates, and international conflicts, the choices made in the upcoming elections will shape the nation's trajectory for years to come. The electorate holds the power to usher in a new era of resilience and unity, transcending the uncertainties that currently cloud the American landscape. In a significant development, a U.S. federal court unsealed extensive documents on Wednesday related to the lawsuit involving the late convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. The documents, stemming from a 2015 civil suit filed by Virginia Giuffre, reveal names previously redacted for privacy protection. These include Epstein's associates, accusers, and individuals associated with the civil case, shedding light on the extensive network surrounding the disgraced financier. Notable figures, including former Presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, Britain's Prince Andrew, former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, French modeling scout Jean-Luc Brunel, American investor Glenn Dubin, and Leslie Wexner, the CEO of L Brands, were mentioned in the documents. It is crucial to note that the presence of these names in the documents does not imply any wrongdoing, as appearances were often linked to depositions and testimony emphasizing Epstein's influential social circles. The released documents underscore Epstein's connections with high-profile individuals, even after his 2008 guilty plea and registration as a sex offender. While figures such as Clinton and Trump were not accused in the documents, their names emerged in depositions, adding a layer of complexity to the narrative. Clinton's spokesperson reiterated that the former president had flown on Epstein's private plane but was unaware of Epstein's criminal activities, emphasizing that it had been nearly 2 decades since Clinton's last contact with Epstein. The Trump campaign, on the other hand, defensively accused the media of distraction, with Trump maintaining that he severed ties with Epstein in the 1990s. Prince Andrew, who previously reached an out-of-court settlement with Giuffre, has consistently denied sexual abuse allegations. Other individuals, such as Dubin, Wexner, and Richardson, issued statements rejecting accusations and distancing themselves from Epstein's crimes. Despite the wealth of information, certain mysteries persist. Giuffre's deposition alludes to 3 individuals yet to be publicly identified: an unnamed prince, the owner of a large hotel chain, and another unidentified person. Legal proceedings involving 2 individuals identified as J.'s have led to appeals for maintaining their anonymity. As these documents unfold, the potential impact on public perception, particularly in the context of U.S. elections, remains to be seen. The release of additional documents expected in the coming days may unveil further details, potentially influencing public discourse and shaping political narratives. It is essential to approach this information with a measured and objective perspective, recognizing the complexities surrounding Epstein's case and its broader implications on public figures. Remember that participating in the democratic process is a fundamental right and duty, and each individual's voice contributes to the collective outcome. Being informed about the candidates, their policies, and the issues at stake is key to making decisions that align with your values and the vision you have for the country. As the election approaches, fostering a sense of unity and promoting respectful discourse can contribute to a healthier political environment. Regardless of different perspectives, a shared commitment to the well-being of the nation is essential. May the democratic process unfold smoothly, and may the United States continue to strive for progress, professionalism, and inclusivity. Best of luck to fellow citizens during this important time. God bless the United States of America.